It is a great, fortunate circumstance to have had someone somewhere in your life, especially in your younger years, that did have genuine love for you. So, what I mean by genuine love is people that genuinely wanted to help you, whether it be take you to school, pick you up from school, someone that said the words, I love you, and really meant it. And the reason I say this is this: I have become very good at knowing the signs of when to avoid people or not invest in it. For example, I was at a particular event, okay? And this is not a relative, it's not a blood relative, but the person was telling me that they were kind of happy with their situation and they were alone right now, because their relative had passed away. So I made a comment. I said, well, before you leave, because this person lives out of town, I said, well, before you leave, give me your phone number and I'll reach out sometime. And so the person said, well, Irene, why do you need my phone number? Is what the person said, right? So I didn't pursue it. And I think this person is trying to show some commitment to their blood relative that doesn't even speak to them, basically. So you know how that type of stuff goes. But, people do have feelings, and people have to be kind of very mindful of how they treat people that do reach out, because I didn't mean any harm. It was just a genuine, hey, I'll reach out. Like, life is short. You never know when our last day is going to be. So this particular gentleman came here to visit another friend of mine. And I could have went there to say goodbye before this person left to go out of town, right? But I kept in mind how this person, you got to pay attention to signs. Like when somebody's telling you in so many words they don't want to be that cool with you, back off. So that was one of the things I became good at, is knowing when to leave people alone. And the reason I knew when to leave people alone is because I will tell anybody this. I did have love in my life when I was a child. It may not have been the perfect environment. It may have had some dysfunction in it, but just having one person that cares about you can make a big difference. So when you see the opposite, some people never had anybody that genuinely cared. So they are more attracted to these type of spirits, and they tend to chase and run behind people that don't give a flying care about them. So that was just an example that I wanted to bring because, and I was going through a little something myself anyway. I wasn't really feeling my best health wise, but I could have went and saw that gentleman before he went back out of town. But I didn't forget how he treated me when I simply said, well, hey, give me your number. Because to have a pleasant friendship with somebody, both people need to reciprocate it. It can't just be one-sided. You know what I mean? Like if it's just one-sided, one of the people is not going to feel very good about it. Somebody's going to get hurt with that. So throughout my lifetime, I have became very good at avoiding these situations. And if somebody shows me they don't want to have a serious relationship, they don't really want to be my friend, I leave them alone because I don't have time for it. All that time you could be investing in your kids and in your family and reaching out to some cousins, reaching out to your siblings, reach out to people that want to be bothered with you. And it doesn't mean that you're bad because somebody does not want to be bothered. You never know what they're going through. They may need their alone time. So that is just an example of a situation that hopefully that's a good example. So you can just kind of get a feeling of if you ask somebody, say, hey, what's your phone number so I could reach out? And this person has this sarcastic, well, why you need my phone number, Irene? That may be somebody, if they come to visit, you can say hi to them over the phone. If you're speaking to someone that they're around, but if they leave and go out of town and you never see them again, oh well. This is somebody that didn't even want to have a phone conversation with you, or, people need to be mindful of the way the other person may take things. So that is just my thing. I have avoided a lot of relationships. And when I say relationships, I don't mean like boyfriend, girlfriend relationship. It could be a friendship. It could be a coworker relationship, whatever it is. I have avoided a lot of relationships with people that genuinely did not want to be bothered. So that means this. I've avoided a lot of narcissists. Oh, still some got in, but I still avoided a lot of narcissists, a lot of sociopaths, a lot of psychopaths. I've avoided a lot of cluster B personalities picking up on those red flags and probably have saved my own life. Because I can say a couple of people I avoided that I found some things out about could have been dangerous to me. I found out later that they could very well have been dangerous. So I don't regret it. I don't regret avoiding relationships with people that I genuinely could see did not want to be bothered. Because of whatever reason they didn't want to be bothered. Once they were rude, they just showed they weren't reciprocating the relationship. I got out of it. I cut contact. And then if I did keep some level of contact, it was very limited. You don't want to be bothered. Hey, you'll hear from me every 3 to 5 years because you don't want to be bothered. And I let it go. So I'm not telling nobody how they should live, but it works and it will keep you out of a lot of drama. Love yourself because there's people that want to be bothered. That's the thing. I don't care if the only people that want to be bothered with you is your kids or your cousins or your best friend you grew up with. Somebody's going to want to be bothered. It may be your pastor's wife, the pastor, whoever want to be bothered with you that you have compatibility with and you're fond of. Create and build relationships with them. People that don't want to be bothered, they're doing you a favor too. So if someone's telling you, well, why you need my phone number, Irene? You don't take your stupid butt and run over there and hug them and say goodbye. This person don't give a flying nothing. Leave that alone. And if they want to come later and be cool with you, because people got all these like little hang-ups and stuff that's just crazy. And it just ain't worth it. You know what I mean? It just ain't worth it. So that's just something that I wanted to talk about on this story time. Is just basically, I don't regret it. And I suggest that you avoid or disconnect from people that don't want to be bothered with you either. Just my suggestion. Please like, share, and subscribe, and thank you for listening.